Hey math friends, get ready to learn about rounding decimals. Now rounding is something that you all probably started learning about as early as second grade. So we're just going to kind of fine-tune your knowledge of rounding to include rounding tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Okay? Always start with what you know, not with what you don't know. So here we have a number that goes up to the thousands place and goes all the way down to the thousandths place. Notice I'm really emphasizing the anths at the end of thousandths. This is our less than one whole, and all of this is, of course, our whole number. So we have 3,126 and 475 thousandths. If I wanted to write that as a mixed number, I would write my whole number first, 3,126, and, decimal point, we always say and, 475 out of 1,000. Okay, so let's add a visual model to this. Picture, if you will, 3,126 of these squares all completely filled in. That will represent our whole number. And then after all of those completely filled in squares, we have 475 out of 1,000 filled in here on this thousands grid. So to represent that on my grid, I need to shade in 4 tenths, 7 hundredths, and 5 thousandths. So let's begin with our tenths. I'm going to shade in 4 tenths. So that's 4 of these long strips like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's almost 1/2, but not quite. And that's kind of important to notice when we're talking about rounding. Almost 1/2, but not quite. Next we have 7 hundredths. I'm going to do that in green. So that's 7 of these little pieces. 7 out of 100. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And lastly, 5 out of 1,000. I'm going to shade in 5 out of 1,000, and it's going to be very tiny. That's that little pink blotch right there. That's 5 out of 1,000. Okay, so that's what 475 thousandths looks like. When we're rounding, we have to kind of visualize. I usually just picture a number line, and right in the middle of the number line is the number that I need to round. 3,126. Whoops. Come on, Slyn. 3,126 and 475 thousandths. If I were to round this to the nearest one whole, I would be trying to decide if this number was closer to 3,127 or closer to 3,126. If I were to round this number to the nearest tenth, then my number line is going to change a little bit. If I'm going to round this number to the nearest whole number, I need to use my tenths place to help me do that. Let me highlight that. I'm going to look at my tenths place, and if this digit is 5 or above, I'm going to round up to the nearest whole number. And if this digit is less than 5, I'm going to round down to the nearest whole number. Since this digit is less than 5, I'm going to round down. 3,126 and 475 thousandths rounded to the nearest whole is 3,126. Okay, so I wrote that in a sentence. Now let's look at how my answer will be different when I round to the nearest tenth. This big number to the nearest whole number, and we use the digit in the tenths place to help us do that. If I'm trying to round 3,126 and 475 thousandths to the nearest tenths place, then I'm going to try to decide, is this closer to 3,126 and 5 tenths, or is it closer to 3,126 and 4 tenths? So you kind of have to know what place you're rounding to. Okay, let's look at both examples and see how our answers differ. When I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, I need to use my hundredths place to help me. When I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, if the digit in the hundredths place is 5 or above, I will round up to the next tenth. If the digit in the hundredths place is 4 or less, I will round down to the nearest tenth. And in this case, my digit is 7, and so I need to round up to 3,126 and 5 tenths. Okay, so you know your teachers are always going to want you to write your answers in a sentence. So the sentence you should have is 3,126 and 475 thousandths rounded to the nearest tenth is 3,126 and 5 tenths. Okay, so now you guys pause this video, go get your math notebook if you don't already have, where we rounded. And let's just make a little chart to kind of keep track of the system that we're going to use to help us round. Okay, so I want you to copy this down and I want you to refer back to it when you're doing rounding activities for me. When you're rounding to the nearest whole number, sorry, I had to pause for a second. Okay, when you're rounding to the nearest whole number, assuming that your number has a decimal attached to it, you're going to use the digit in the tenths place to help you do that. So that was the example that I showed you. So copy that down. When you're rounding to the nearest tenth, I want you to use the digit in the hundredths place to determine whether you're going to round up or down. When you're rounding to the nearest hundredth, you're going to use the digit in the thousandths place to help you determine if you need to round up or down. And most likely you won't be asked to round to the nearest thousandth. But if you ever are asked to do that, think about the pattern that we've already established. You're going to use the next digit over to help you round to whatever place you need to round to. So for this one, if we were working with 10 thousandths, that would be the digit you would use to help you do it. Okay, lastly, let's use our place value chart to help us organize our thinking about rounding. We were working with this number, 3,126 and 126, misread my number. Okay, we were working with 3,126 and 475 thousandths. And we are talking about how whatever place you're rounding to, use the digit immediately to the right to help you determine where it needs to be rounded to. If you're rounding to the nearest whole number or ones place, use the digit in the tenths place value position to do that. If you are rounding to the nearest tenths place, use the digit in the hundredths place to help you. If you're rounding to the nearest thousandths, then you would use the digit located in the 10,000ths place to help you with that. But like I said, that won't happen very often. And thinking about making connections with the math that you already know, this makes sense because in younger grades, you probably learned that if you needed to round something to the nearest 10, you would use the digit in the ones place to help you do that. And if you had to round something to the nearest 100, you would use the digit in the tens place to help you do that. So it's the same pattern. It's always moving just one place value position to the right. Okay, that concludes this video on rounding. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Help me go viral, everybody, because get excited about these videos, and I will see you soon.